All right, so welcome back to Battlefield Livestream right here from E3. I'm Corey Dunn alongside Alex Mendez. As again, we're going to continue to dive into gameplay for Battlefield 4's multiplayer. But one of the things that you definitely need to go on and do is head over to the Facebook page for Battlefield. So that's facebook.com/Battlefield. There's currently a poll that's up. You can choose whether you want to see the amphibious assault or whether you want to see any type of commander mode. And we'll make sure that we focus on that in the next gameplay.
Awesome. I know that there are a lot of people that are going to be very, very happy about that. So make sure you guys, once again, head on over to Facebook, get your vote in there so that this way we can cover it here on the live stream. Again, everything that we're doing here at this live stream is all in impact for what you guys at home are telling us and wanting to see. So this stream is for you guys. But with that said, let's cast some games.
You want to do some actual play-by-play, some there, and actually give them some matchmaking type stuff?
Let's do it. I'm pretty sure people would like. Oh, by the way, look at this here. This Alpha 27 here and this Viper just doing
a nice pickup.
Work.
But there's still, again, he was able to utilize the jet ski. He did bounce out before the actual amphibious vehicle actually got taken out there. So he's going to stay alive. But he did pick up one, I believe.
One thing I did notice is that the Viper really needs to have a steady shot there in order to take out infantry with those missiles, because you can hit the infantry quite a few times, but they'll still be able to recover. So at the very least, you're able to get away from the action.
Look at that swimmer out there.
Yeah. Look at the guy swimming there. By himself. We're probably going to go for a little sprint swim. Michael Phelps style, perhaps.
There's some other ones that are kind of sprint swimming over there. They're going to be able to move their way up there towards that skyscraper. Of course, they have to utilize the elevator that is within to get up to the top floor where the C flag is currently at.
Yeah, you can actually see the helicopter doing a lot of devastating damage. Just go ahead and bring up the tabletop perspective here and see what is going on in the battlefield. Where's the flow of combat? So right now, everything kind of going towards C. You can actually see a unit there moving around. There you see them as the helicopter trying to do the dirty work. But there's an opponent helicopter, a Bravo copter moving in here.
That's an attack helicopter as well. The transport helicopter has jumped off of the C flag and kind of navigating around over there towards B. But actually looks like he's probably just checking out the rest of the map and probably falling down here in just a second. He actually fell out of the boundary area and lost himself. The guy's trying to stay alive for a little bit, and he's going to be taken out
at
here.
The top left.
People are wondering, what are you talking about up in the top left?
Yes,
he's going to have to respawn over there.
Oh man, that's funny. All right, so we see the B to C bridge is actually seeing a lot of activity. Let's go ahead and hop on board with some Alpha players there and get the lay of the land, see what is the skinny. You actually see this helicopter Alpha 27 still doing a lot of work here. But yeah, lots of activity on top of the skyscraper. Still has not come down just yet, but Alpha 12 finds one in front, able to take him out. No, aiming down the sight necessary as he closes that one through.
You can tell what type of attachments he has here. He has just a basic kind of has one type of zoom on. I think it's a 2-time zoom, and then he can switch and actually pull over the other zoom to add an additional zoom factor. Yep. Of course, one of the things that I love most about this ability is whenever you go to an iron sight, you can have your iron sight, and then from that point you can actually pull on your other tactical accessory as well at the same time. So you don't have to worry about having to break away from being iron sighted, switch to your other setting, and then bring it back up. This is all very just one point, one time. You don't have to have an extra step. It's a one-step process.
Yep, that is pretty cool there. And when we spoke with Patrick earlier, it was about keeping things flowing, keeping the action moving. That was very important. Throw it out! No! That was not cool. Man. Sometimes, you just got to...
He's probably hitting every key that he could find.
You're probably right about that. It's like, why is this not working? Oh,
all
man.
Caps.
All right, so Alpha 18 on your screen here. Oh, look at this here. There's going to be 2 Bravo guys actually lingering around this lobby. And Bravo 21 is going to make his way inside of the elevator here, so he will not hit him. And look at that incendiary. Look at that. Wow. Should have thrown that one in the group. That would have been very effective.
Yeah, that's a good kind of thing to look at there. You can see that there's a vehicle right now that's inside of the skyscraper right now. They spotted a great deal of enemy on the other side. That's his teammates right now. Again, so far, what we've seen, it is 699, 665. A pretty close game so far.
still very early too, but that skyscraper is going to be coming down any second now. As soon as we hear the alarms go off, that's when we know that is going to happen. And man, that laser sight was just blinding his teammate, unfortunately. They're holding down the C position, though. I give him a lot of credit on this one, but you know, they're not going to be able to do so for much longer.
Let's go ahead and kind of take a look here at the scoreboard right now to find out exactly who we need to follow. Of course, there you get a kind of a perspective of what it's like to be inside the skyscraper when it falls. Yeah, and that's what it was like at the base floor.
Certainly not good.
Not good. As one of the things that we can kind of take a look here and just follow the scoreboard for a moment.
Let's actually bring that up to, there you go.
And let's see here. Who do we want to follow? We've got a player on the Bravo side. I can explain. He's at 16-1 right now.
Yeah, it's Bravo 29.
So we're on board now with Bravo 29. Oh, he's in the AC-130. And for those of you that are wondering, we're on the Chinese side. And so he'll be shooting at the blue icons opposed to the orange.
That's right.
You know, it's pretty. It can throw people off that are pretty typical there. Of course, he's just going to kind of continue to fly around there with the gunship.
Yep, and we have another player here, Bravo 30, as a matter of fact, inside of the interceptor, as you can see, and you know, he's actually doing some good damage.
He's got low health, and he's worried if they start shooting in his direction, he might get taken out. Yeah, or he may run into these into the land and actually take himself out as well.
You know, he's going to want to stay alive on this one here because you can actually see that the vehicle itself is regenerating slowly.
Yep.
So there you see it right on the screen there, right at the bottom right, top right of that info card there for Bravo 30. But yeah, so, you know, again, learning a lot of things about just Battlefield in general. Also learning that Bravo 30 is not a great boat driver. That is another thing that we can throw out there in the thread, you know?
Throw that out there. Of course, he might be a better player on the jet ski, though. Right now we're back over here with Alpha 10, or make that Alpha 19, as he was able to pick up one.
Yep, and moving around here, you know, let's actually see what he's using. Let's hop in the third-person perspective and see what is he going to be taking advantage of. So he has the U100 MK5. He's using the red dot sight, a bipod, as well as a muzzle brake. You know, we haven't had many opportunities, which we will later on today, to analyze the different attachments that you could use and how it affects gameplay. So, you know, I'm sure we'll bring on board another DICE employee to talk about all the different things that they have implemented into the game, like, you know, the bipod, the muzzle brakes, the angled grip, you know, all these different things so that people can get a better understanding of how to utilize them in the game.
Yeah, and also the question of whether the American team is actually going to start off with these weapons, whether the Chinese will have to start with those. You know, I don't believe at this point it's been decided.
Well, Patrick did say that they were going to do a faction or, you know, like faction-specific weapons. So there will be, at the very least. That is something that he did, in fact, confirm. But again, a lot of things are always subject to change as well, just because this is pre-alpha and this is nowhere near the final product. So yeah, we see Alpha 3 tossing some C4, not really having a lot of luck with his C4 placement, but you know, at least he's trying. And C has now come down, so this is a big difference here as well. And you know, and look at that, a binocular as well that we actually saw there. But yeah. Yeah, so, you know, that is the thing that, you know, with the way that the level has changed here, you can see that all the Alpha guys are just going to hold this position down right at C. There's a lot of cover to take advantage of as well.
Yeah, this has been a really, really close game. It's right now about to be an even game at this point.
Yeah, actually it is. As you can see here, C is being fought for. The Alpha team is doing the best they can to hold this position down.
You know, the irony, though, too, is that the Americans are currently holding D and E, and the Chinese are holding A and B. And the reason why I bring that up is because the Chinese spawn is closer to E and D, and the American spawn is closer to A and B. I mean, so it's kind of ironic there.
Yeah, well, we are now seeing E flip here, so hopefully the you know, U.S. team can actually flip. Yeah, oh wow, they're flipping all of them. So we're going to see hopefully the U.S. guys as they're going to continue to push on forward here. Lots of activity coming from the shore though, as Alpha 09 or Alpha 03 is going to look here. Can he get the shot off? I'm not
bolt
sure.
action, a little bit of trouble there.
Yeah, it did not happen on that one.
All right, so right now we're back over here with Alpha 20. So far, currently just 1-1. And again, kind of answering some of the questions that are out there, talking about any type of vehicle regeneration, health regeneration. That does happen over time, as well as the ammo replenished over time as well. That will occur. So you can have an ammo drop help there from the commander, but at the same token, there is a replenish. It's a lot longer than what we're used to. Of course, the LMG is pretty quick. For the most part, it's really just based off of a cooldown. You have to wait whenever your LMG or your Gatling gun has to cool down.
Yep, that's right. That's right. You know, because it's hot. It's hot. It's hot. You know, those bullets move by real fast. So look at this one here, Alpha 20. You know, he's holding down the oh, he has to watch out.
Yeah, that's a recon class, and he was watching the entire time. There's another one, and he will be able to take him down. Picked up 2 that time. So we've been watching. He was 1-1 when we first hopped on board, and he's been able to pick up. Oh, look how close that was.
He avoided that one. And I think that was his own teammate that actually blew that one up, because he saw he came from underground. So he was like, man, I don't want to use the stairs. Boom, Levolution. I blow it up and I make my way upstairs. Nice. Right? Look at that. Oh, man. Guys, don't forget, all day long, we're going to be looking at social media and everything. Reddit has been a big point of interest for me. A lot of people have been bringing up different things here.
Facebook.com/Battlefield has been a great point of contact as well. Also utilizing the hashtag BF4 on Twitter. That's how we're all trying to stay connected. And hear all of the questions, feedback. Again, there's certain elements that you want to see to be a part of the game. Definitely make sure that you let people know. I mean, the DICE employees, they read. I think it almost seems as if that's like part of their day.
Yeah.
They don't go and check out, for those that are in the U.S., don't check out CNN or BBC News or any of those types of things. They go directly to the Reddit as any type of connection news-wise from the community.
That's right. And just to clarify, once again, you know, someone actually sent me something a couple of minutes ago. Was it Davey Griff? Actually sent me. He said, are there defibs? Can we revive? Yes, there are. We actually spoke with Patrick about that. Yes, there will be defibs in the game. And, of course, you can revive people. And you can also hurt people, too.
Oh, so that's what I like to hear.
Yeah, you can you know, shock them, and also you can do the same thing with the support tool as well, the blowtorch that we saw earlier. And we were actually going to say, like, I wonder if he could do that. That was the other day that a guy was chasing a dude with a blowtorch, and we thought, man, is that going to work? Yeah, but it turns out it does work. It is something that is in the game, you know, and it's funny. It's like those little nods to just, like, I guess, the history of Battlefield, but also just it's funny. It's good. It's like it's trolling, you know, trolling a player and taking him out with a defibrillator. Because the fact that you got that close to begin with, you really shouldn't even let that happen. So getting it punished.
Talking about some of the vehicles, I mean, we're used to seeing some of the lightweight vehicles in Battlefield 3 with the Jeep, but one of the things I really actually like. The vehicles that are in this version on Siege of Shanghai, because the gunner is very effective, and how much armor is on the vehicle helps out a lot, and how quick it is so great. Yeah, I was able to hop in on the American side, the MRAP, and was able to lay down some pretty good gunfire. Picked up a bunch of kills. Yeah, and also we switched back and forth. And one of the beautiful things, again, these are 64 players that are joining us, and we get a new set of 64 players time and time again, and typically they're probably 1 or 2 that know each other, but for the most part they don't. And one of the great things that I noticed whenever I was playing was that we weren't even communicating. I utilized the Q option and said need repairs. My teammate, who was my gunner, hopped out immediately and started repairing our vehicle and said, all right, we're good to go. And he hops back in, and we just continue to just lay down the law.
Coordination is such a big deal in Battlefield, you know, and that really is something. It's good to see it, you know, it's good to see it, especially with the large scale of Battlefield. When you get people communicating, you can really see the effectiveness of that in the game itself. Really cool stuff.
Now, we've seen on the console side, we'll have to ask this question, and probably you should stay tuned whenever we get the opportunity to, but some type of voice over IP type stuff, asking about communication, whether you can be able to talk to your teammates within your squad. A lot of players that are out there utilize different voice communication tools on the PC, whether that is, you know, your Mumbles, your TeamSpeaks, what have you. I guess the real question is, can you have the ability to talk to teammates inside the game?
Yeah.
And that would be a nice little factor to talk about, whether even if that's for your squad. That would be a great thing to do. And also your commander could be able to talk to all of this. They can actually designate which squad he's talking to.
Yeah.
That would be a cool feature to talk. It's not, I'm not saying that it's a possibility, but these are the questions that I like to ask.
Yeah, that's right, because, you know, you being from the PC side of things, you use TeamSpeak, you use Mumble, whatever, you know, even Skype. I know some people use Skype as well.
Skype's tough sometimes.
Skype is tough. You know, on the console side of things, actually, players use Skype a lot. You know, so that has been a pretty common thing there. But so funny thing here, I was actually going through, you know, the Reddit, and someone made a thread. It was .. shank.
Shank?
Yeah, they were confused. Yes, so there is a shank in the game.
Right.
There's a knife and there's also a shank. I saw that and I was like, shank? That's actually pretty weird. And then I had a chance to use it and I was like, yep, it's just a sharpened stick that, you know, hurts people. So yeah, there's a shank in the game. And it's really, really cool to see. So I think those little nods there to just common things to use, just sharp tools in general, is pretty cool. But yeah, so the gameplay action has certainly been heating up here. If we can go ahead and take a look at tabletop, see where everything is flowing. And we have A and B back with the US guys, D and E with the CN team. But C has been a hotly contested point here. Still a relatively close game, 381 for the CN.
That's been a really close game.
Yeah, and 322 for the U.S. side of things here. And oh my God, that Tomahawk is going to come down. That can end up taking out 3 players.
This might be something that is going to be pretty good here coming in.
Oh,
of course, this is from the American side. There's a bunch of Chinese players that are over in this region. How much can we be able to take out? And it looks like it's finally going to explode.
An overshot.
It just barely missed at that last point. And, yeah, wow, that was close.
That was an overshot right there, but it certainly was going to be pretty devastating. And going back to the commander mode stuff that we were talking about the other time, you know, you had mentioned about the UAV scan and it hovering over, not necessarily just you know, flags, but just general areas. You can see it clearly right there. That is just
circling around right there. That's
exactly.
Both the EMP scan and also the UAV. You can see in your far left side of the screen, the gunship is in control right now for the Chinese, even though the C flag has been picked up. Of course, you know, you get your time to be able, you get your time in the sky with your gunship if you've earned that flag previously before.
Yep, you know, and we are going to be diving into a lot of things, of course, as we've been saying a bunch of times before. By the way, that Tomahawk is probably going to cause some damage. That Tomahawk is going to hurt.
Pretty quick.
It's going to hurt. Oh, man.
Right now, we've seen the picture-in-picture, and you saw how much of an explosion that made. That picked up 1, 2, 3, 4. I see 5 in that little bubble right there. 5 kills from that Tomahawk.
That was certainly devastating.
Let's see what the commander is. Pull up the scoreboard for a moment.
Yeah, we actually want to see who's doing
And we can
really
see
good.
the commander right now. He's sitting at 7-0 on the Bravo side.
And 13.
We don't have to go to him, but he's sitting at 7-0. But on the other side for the Alpha, the one who just picked up those 5 kills, he's sitting at 13-0.
Yeah, he is certainly, you know, commander playing a big role. And I'm looking over right now, and these are just regular people that are playing. These aren't DICE employees. These are actually guys. And I think the Alpha commander was jumping for joy, by the way. I just saw him kind of shimmy back and forth. He was like, yeah, you know, I'm a baller. Yeah, so
I can predict what happens 15 seconds in the future.
Yeah. So what I was going to say was that, you know, looking at the spectator mode, I was talking with Zinto just a little while ago, Matros, and he had said that they whipped together this spectator mode relatively quick. They did it in a matter of weeks. So it's crazy, and of course they're gonna, you know, we talked with Matros a couple of times, Zinto on Twitter for those of you guys who don't know about it, and you know he said that they're constantly gonna look to upgrade it and just make it better and a better experience, because again they really do believe in pushing you know, just content, you know, production for Battlefield. They want these guys who create, you know, these awesome games, awesome videos to have a tool. So most definitely is really cool, but this game is definitely boiling down here at this point. 300 to 250 has certainly been a back and forth affair between these two teams, and yeah, this is pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, again, we have still so much to talk about. I mean, there's different varieties of gameplay that we've dived deep into. Of course, you've seen out there on YouTube some of the different aspects, but not only just from the Battlefield YouTube channel, but also from a bunch of community members that are out there. One of the things that I want to bring up, that how incredible this crew has been here for DICE and the marketing team and everything. They're allowing them the accessibility to actually plug in to the video card so they can capture directly into their camera, allowing them to be able to touch the machines.
That's actually how Level Cap did his video.
You gotta love that. The fact that they're giving the ability to capture straight from the PC, that's unreal.
Yep, that is right. So guys, I think we're gonna have some more stuff coming at you in just a little bit, maybe some interviews, perhaps, and of course, I mean, we can't forget more gameplay as well, right, Corey?
That's right.
Yep, so we are going to see you guys in a little bit. Don't go anywhere. More Battlefield 4 coming at you live from E3 2013 here in Los Angeles, California at the Los Angeles Convention Center. We're going to be right back, and really, you should tell all your friends to join us on Twitter, on Twitch.tv, as well as Amazon. You know, just watch the action, have some fun, and talk about it on social media. We'll be right back.